So welcome to this first impressions review of the Suzuki GSX-S1000GX. This is the tall rounder, taller than the GTA and the GT by about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. This is going to be a first impressions review. I'm not pretending I know the bike inside and out when I finish this, and I'm not going to go through with all the stats. I am simply coming from 4 bikes that I own and many bikes I've had in the past to give this one a try. I am currently a Suzuki owner. I own a V-Strom, which is broadly similar to this bike in that it is really a tourer. Don't let anyone tell you the V-Strom 1000 is really an off-road bike or an adventure bike. It isn't. It's a tall rounder just like this. This is Suzuki's first foray into the active suspension, or at least the semi-active suspension realm, and so I'm going to be very interested to see how that performs on this ride as well. And also, they're using the old K4 engine from the Suzuki GSX-R1000. What's that going to be like? Is it suitable for this bike? Does it have any low-end punch? All sorts of questions having been a Suzuki owner. Another question lurking in my head is that windshield. Just how good is it? I haven't met a Suzuki windshield I've fallen in love with yet. Will this be different? So come on, hop aboard and come with me on this first impressions review of the Suzuki GSX-S1000GX.
So here we are on the Suzuki GSX-S1000GX, and this is the one with the suspension, the semi-active suspension, all mod cons, and it's the tall one, the higher one, 1.5 to 2 inches higher. First thing I notice is riding position, very like the V-Strom, maybe a little more comfortable in the fact that I had to put bar risers on the V-Strom, and this doesn't obviously need them. I'm at 5,000 RPM. No real tingles yet. Third gear. I'm in A mode, which is aggressive. Traction control 1. It's feeling good. Legs are bent a little less than my sport bikes, but about the same as the V-Strom again. Now I'll try the upshifter. There we go. Get those mirrors up a little bit. That's better. No vibrations in them yet. And we'll try the downshifter here. Nice. The upshifter is smoother than the downshifter for sure, but neither is intrusive. The downshift isn't intrusive on it. Right now, with no qualifications, has the smoothest, plushest suspension I have ever ridden with. I cannot feel tar strips. It's reacting really nicely at this slow speed. It's plushing up. I can feel it changing as I go along. What I like about this bike is it's self-leveling, of course. It also does that when you hit the brakes. It doesn't dive. So yeah, the riding position, super comfy. I feel already I could go for quite a while on this. The seat, of course, I've only been on a few minutes, so I couldn't tell you how that's going to last. Again, the switchgear is that ridiculously good Suzuki switchgear. I've had my V-Strom for 10 years and I've never had a problem with it. Pity we can't go past this lady. This is a beautiful flowing road. I got to stop using the clutch. I have to stop using the clutch. Yeah, this has instant power. This is the 150 horsepower K4 engine, the one they put currently in things like the Katana. There's a slight tingle, just about 5, but it's still buttery smooth. Now, having a V-Strom, I did notice that when I engaged the clutch and revs at about 1500 RPM to take off from the line, this doesn't have the torque down there, which is what you'd expect with a 4-cylinder engine. But yeah, this is so comfortable. Wow. It's like being in a Rolls Royce. It's very maneuverable. It's eating up these imperfections in the road. I can see them coming and I'm not feeling them. Never had that feeling. Oh dear, this is really going to spoil me. It is a new experience for me to ride semi-active suspension, and I'm already in love with it. Yeah, she wants to go when you want her to go. Let's put her in 5th. Wow, still very, very responsive at 3,500 RPM. Yeah, that's nice. It seems to dampen any rebound off as soon as you get, you expect to get bucked up. You know, as in with a coil spring suspension, you expect. Yeah, that quick shift is wonderful. I'm not using the clutch at all. Okay, so there's a lag there. I opened it up and he literally pulled away from me with the cross-plane crank. So at 3,000, yeah, there was definite lag there. But sixth gear, nice. Very responsive at over 4.5 in 5th gear. Very responsive, very nice. Handles beautifully. This thing is very, very sweet. Definitely sporty, definitely plush. This is almost a perfect balance between the Z900 RS for smoothness in the engine and responsiveness, and the V-Strom for comfort. Although the suspension on this is of course even better than that of the V-Strom, because this is semi-automatic. Very nice, semi-active suspension. I can feel it damping those bumps down, those imperfections, as I said earlier. It's quite amazing. I keep talking about it, but I have to say, it is something that is amazing me. New experience, I guess. Now you can adjust all of that too. You can adjust the suspension, the reactiveness of it, what sort you want to a manual or user mode. Yeah, this thing tracks beautifully. This isn't hunting. Some of the bigger Suzukis 10 or 15 years ago, I used to find it was very hard to hold them at 1 RPM. Not so with this beastie. This is still the K4 engine, but she is, unlike the Bandit, staying beautifully fueled all the way through. I've really got to try some low speeds and see what she's like in first. How twitchy is she? Does she move nicely? This is feels very light, very responsive. If you want to go for a tour, this might be the sort of bike that you might want to take if you want to have some fun on the way there, because you can probably take all the bags off and stuff and go for a burn. 5th gear, 6th gear, let's see what we got. Yeah, not bad, 3.5. Yeah, she'll pick up. You can cruise along at 6th gear here. So let's talk about the windshield. Actually good. I'm getting clear air over it. It's hitting me probably chest height. I'm not getting any buffeting. This is the sort of helmet I use when I want to detect buffeting. This will pick it up. It's got a bill on the front, particularly when you close this screen. It is sensitive to buffeting, and so, you know, it's made me change quite a few windshields in my time on my bikes. This one it doesn't seem to be intrusive. The wind is hitting me here. I'm not getting any buffet from it. It's actually hitting me directly on the helmet. It's not very noisy. I'm not getting any real head shudder or shake or buffet at all. So I'm reasonably impressed with this. You're getting wind in the helmet, but it's undisturbed. It's not got a back eddy. It's not buffeting. I'm quite impressed with that. Often these can be an issue when you get wind coming off of mirrors, and I can feel it just down the sides of my helmet, but it's not, I can really feel it with my hands. I can't feel it on my helmet. Wow, that was plush over that pothole there. Amazing. It is like floating on a bed of air right now, but it's not a bed of air that's insulating me from handling or what the bike is doing or how close to the limit I am. Got to stop using the clutch. This upshifter and downshifter is so good that you don't need to. So nothing in the handlebars, nothing on the seat at this RPM 3.5. If I downshift the first gear, I'm getting a little tingle, the slightest high-pitched vibration through the seat, but it's nothing intrusive. Nothing in the hands. I'm not getting anything in my hands right now. So first gear right now, the fueling is wonderful, not jerky at all, and I'm in the most aggressive mode here, mode A. Nice big TFT on this one. It's a different TFT. Not that there was anything wrong with the 8 hours TFT, but this is very bright. I could see it holding up in the sunlight, no problem at all. So that's from 3000 RPM, and it doesn't have the initial oomph a twin does, but it rapidly picks up. I'm on the bubble at about 4.5 though. Once you're at 4.5, you open the throttle and it cracks off immediately. Yeah, it doesn't like to change down at lower RPMs on the quick shifter. And I stalled it. So that's what I was meaning about the power coming across. Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing down low on it. Yeah, so as I noticed earlier on, and I said to you, I'm used to a V-twin, and I'm used to my Kawasaki, which has a lot more built-in low-end torque. I went to take off at, I don't know, 1500 RPM, and she just died. So that's not the bike's fault, that's mine. But it is an indication to me that, like I said, it doesn't really have the oomph below 3.5. And then you hit 4.5, and it's on the bubble. Rain pants on, it's looking a bit ominous up there. And I'm down to 4th, and I'm down to 3rd, and I'm down to 2nd, and there's a little notch there, but it doesn't disturb the bike. Much smoother on the upshift than the downshift. Lots of rain, here it is. Traction control 1, let's change that. Let's go to 3. Let's go to 4. Let's change her to C mode. Oh, I felt that change already. I'll shut the throttle off again. C mode, here we go. Is this hail? This is real rain. Wow. This is pretty amazing. I doubt you can see much, but I'm in C mode and high traction, and yeah, this is like a pussycat. Amazing. I would say, and it goes down to traction control 7, I believe. I'm on 6 right now. Let's go down to 7 and see what happens there. Wow, that is slow. So we're in C mode, traction control 7, and heavy rain, standing water, and as you'd expect, not a twitch. It's very much like a pussycat right now. What could I say? It still has some poke to it, but it's definitely been shaved off. So C mode is the so-called comfort mode, and boy, does she feel plush now. I don't know if that does something to, yeah, SAD it's got on there. Sad. Sad that it's raining. If you look, SAD. Not sure what that means. It must be some sort of road mode, and probably the suspension now has got even plusher, because the bike feels like I imagine a Aspencade or a Goldwing would feel. It's pretty amazing how you can transition or transform your bike, not only by throttle, not only by traction control, but also by suspension. That is quite the rainstorm. I wonder, had we not come down this road and stayed further over there, if we would have made it. I recognize this road. This is where I tested the Katana, the DR650, the V-Strom 1050. Yes, it's a familiar road. Now, heated grips. Not sure if I can even see that out of my screen right now. Think it does. It does have cruise control, but it's not the radar assisted cruise control, which is always a bit leery for me. If you're putting it on cruise control, are you doing that because you just kind of want to back off being attentive and alert? Without radar cruise control, I'm not sure how much I'd use it. Probably I would. Okay.
It's so wet.
Yeah, very wet.
Get good?
Okay, so we'll be remembering to up the RPM to get away this time. Wow, that is very, very tentative. It was like a 250. I do believe we're on drier roads now. I think what I'm going to do is go back to B. Oh, I see it's already changed it to a mode here. When I put it in B, it went to 4 on traction control. Okay, well, let's just leave it there. Come on, let's get some highway. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Now, of course, I've got it in B mode right now and some traction control on. With that 800 V-Strom, he just no problem keeping away from me there. Sixth gear, not bad. If I put her in A mode, she's in A mode now. Not bad. I can chop the throttle and I'm not getting any wheel spin, so that's all right. Yeah, that thing takes off low down.
Yeah. No,
I cannot keep up with you under 4,000 with this. Really.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Unless you do that, if you slip the clutch. then you can. Very easy to keep this thing balanced without putting your feet down. My seating position is still super comfy with this bike. I've now been about, what, 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'm not feeling anything with it. Engine is good, as long as you remember not to try to take off at under sort of 2,500 RPM, like a V-twin, which is what I am used to. And that did catch me out. And it's reacting pretty well, actually. There's some massive jumps and bumps there, and I'm not getting hammered. I'm getting the occasional ping, but you can tell by my voice it's not too unstable. Not sure about these tires though. There's a bit of a pothole there, and it just ate it up. It's just so smooth. I really like the way my legs fit around the tank on this. You can grip the bike and just release any feeling from your hands if you want. You can maneuver around on the seat. It seems to be very comfy, very roomy. Wow. Yeah, that was a massive pothole. She actually ate it up. I was going pretty quick with full front brake on there, and it didn't hurt as much as I thought it was going to. These guys behind me may be being a little more sensible than us, but I really want to try to maximize my I know I've got a lot of electronics here, and I am trying to make them step out a little bit, and so far they have been absolutely faultless. So well done to the Japanese for finally getting up to speed with electronics. They've had them for a long time, but have they been too intrusive at times? I think they possibly have. This suite seems really, really good. There we go. Well, I loved that. That was a great ride. Strength's super smooth. Lots of power up end. Very lovely riding position. Clear instrumentation. Wonderful electronics. Downsides. A bit gutless under 3,000. It's a whole new dimension as far as comfort and luxury goes. Hey!
I can't tell if you're vlogging or not.
Oh yeah, I was, but it's a very plush, smooth. It goes to whatever you want. You want it to be hard, you can play with it.
Yeah.
The suspension is incredible. You can feel it responding to the changes in the road. I've never had that sensation before. So I've never ridden active, semi-active suspension.
Yep.
And
Nice,
it's amazing. Yeah, it's a whole new dimension.
Yeah.
And then I played with the traction control. It's got seven levels of traction control.
Do you have to stop to do that?
No.
You could do it on the move?
You can do it on the move.
Okay, that one you couldn't change it while you're moving.
Did you shut the throttle off?
It wouldn't even give me the option.
Oh.
Yeah, it just kept flashing.
Yeah. The pickup on these things.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Is pretty good, because under 3,000, my only gripe about this bike is under 3,000 Zippo. In fact, when you took off, I stalled it. I'm used to a V-Strom. I was 1,500 RPM. Whoop, and I had it on traction 4 and B or comfort mode, whatever it was, but it just poof like this, I was like, what? So I had to wait, start it up, and really had to nurse it.
Really?
Yeah, I was quite surprised. You've got to have it ready to rumble.
Which, for a 4-cylinder, that's not uncommon.
No buffet.
I think, is it adjustable too or no?
It manually, I think, maybe, or maybe electronically.
So you can put it up if you want.
It's a great looking bike. And I can't get over, again, the comfort.
Yeah.
The comfort on this thing is stunning, and the handling is amazing.
What are these worth now?
I think this is 20.
Is it 20?
Yeah, I think you're paying well, we call it big money, I guess, but for a Suzuki, 20 is big money, right?
I was watching Price is Right last night, like a rerun from 1985.
Oh yeah.
And they had a Honda Nighthawk 750 on there, and the price was $1,695.
Oh my God. Yeah, gone are those days, I'll tell you. Yeah, you wouldn't get cases for that.
No.
Once again, thanks for watching everyone. If this is the first time you've watched, please consider subscribing. I do motorcycle reviews, motorcycle related product reviews, off-road and on-road vlogs as well as tours. Even though I'm not the most diligent poster, don't forget to follow me on social media. That's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And to like. And especially, I'm begging you here folks, subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified whenever I release a video. This is the Blue Marble Rider, out.